China is carrying out the largest military buildup in the entire world since World War II. This dire warning has been issued by the Australian ambassador to India. So how real is the threat of China actually sparking a global conflict? Xi Jinping's got more nuclear weapons than he can count, and there's no one around to tell him, hey, maybe don't play with those. In fact, anyone who dares to oppose Xi seems to vanish faster than you can say nuclear disarmament. Just ask former President Hu Jintao or Chinese Defense Minister Li Shangfu. It's like a magic trick that's not so magical. But let's not forget, beneath the surface, there are real concerns about China's internal stability. Beijing has built a fearsome navy, now considered at par with the United States Navy in terms of sheer fleet numbers. China also has territorial disputes with virtually all its neighbors, including Taiwan, Japan, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and of course, its nuclear neighbor India. The Aussie ambassador has now warned that China isn't even hiding its military buildup. Philip Green, the Australian High Commissioner to India, says, quote, China is engaging in the largest conventional military buildup that the world has seen since the Second World War, and this buildup is happening without an explanation of its strategic purpose or any reassuring statecraft, unquote. Chinese aggression on the border with India has already resulted in bloodshed in 2020 when Indian troops pushed back against China's attempts to change the status quo ante along the LAC and Ladakh. The violence in Galwan Valley could have easily spread to other regions, but thankfully it was contained. The next conflict could explode. Aussie ambassador says the world needs to acknowledge what it sees, and one of those realities is the Chinese military build-up's potential to destabilize. His thoughts were echoed half a world away by India's External Affairs Minister at the United Nations. He acknowledged that there is a high level of military tension on the border with China, highlighting that the Chinese never reveal why they do things. When it comes to China, it's like dealing with a magician who never reveals their tricks, or like your pet cat who knocked over the flower vase, but you just don't know why. A head scratcher. China's Iron Curtain means there's always a guessing game with Beijing. Meanwhile, India and the US are hosting 30 Indo-Pacific Army chiefs in New Delhi. The goal of the conference, you guessed it, is to maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. But while others talk, China warns. Beijing and Philippines are going head-to-head over fishing rights in the South China Sea, while the harassment of Taiwan by Chinese fighter jets and Navy is virtually a daily occurrence. The big question is, if China does not have expansionist ambitions, then why is it carrying out the biggest military buildup in the world since World War II? And more importantly, what can regional powers including India, the US, Japan and Australia do about it? Hit the like button or leave a comment below.